Hello and welcome to this week's ritual video. Today we are doing a little something different. I'm exploring some different ideas this year in terms of weekly video format. Instead of only doing the divination style videos, I'm doing some other types of videos this year instead. So this one is going to be a recap and review video, and I hope it will help you steep, deepen, renew, and ground in to some of the practices and information that we've already shared. One of my own personal commitments and my own personal vows this year is to use what I've already made, to allow myself time to marinate, to steep, to percolate, to stew, maybe stew's not the right word, to deepen into the ideas, the themes, the practices, the wisdom, the lessons of each week, and not always run off to the next new thing. So to that end, I've created a couple of things, and one is that I picked out some of my favorite. I make these little weekly cards for the Goddess Magic community, which you're going to be watching this in the Goddess Magic community, but the video is public to everybody. And so thank you to the people who are members of the Goddess Magic community. I appreciate you very much. And I make little cards for the Patreon community every single week with quotes, with questions, with affirmations, with poems, and that kind of thing. And I picked out some of my favorites. So the cards are based on or inspired by our weekly community practice lives, which take place every Monday, and also by the weekly divination videos, and then I create companion cards that go with them. And so for this recap and review, I thought I'm going to go back through the cards that I made in January and pick out my favorites, the ones that I really want to continue to practice with, the ones that I want to deepen into, the ones that I want to ground into, the ones that I want to embody. My words of the year this year are embody and return. I want to return again and again. I want to embody what I know. I want to live my prayers and live my magic and let these things come through me in full instead of the abbreviated kind of version that I think sometimes the speed of our culture invites us to do. Always looking at the next shiny thing and always jumping into the new technique, the new teacher, the new book, the new product, whatever it is, instead of allowing ourselves time to deepen and ground. So I thought, and I made a little set, and so I made a colored set. If you're on our Rituals of Returning Substack, the affirmation card set for the month is there for you as a little freebie. If you are a paid subscriber over there or here on Patreon, I also made this little Rituals of Returning booklet full of wisdom from January's newsletters to come back to and to steepen, to deepen and to ground. And then I have these favorites. So I made a colored set. The people who are on the Patreon already, you get the black and white cards every week, so you have those already. And I did also make a little teeny tiny set. I was interested to see that in January I made 33 little cards. So that's something to consider as well. I was thinking about making cards for this week, and I thought, maybe I don't need to make 33 cards every month. Maybe we should use some of the wisdom that we've already been exploring, that we've already been talking about. So the little card set, I went ahead and got and printed out on cardstock, and then I'm drawing one of these every single day, since there happens to be 33, which I didn't actually plan out or know had happened, but it's perfect for 30 days of goddess practice. It's perfect for a daily ritual draw. So I've just been choosing one every single day when I choose my other 30 days of goddess materials. So I choose my word of the day, I look at my affirmation, I choose a prayer card of the day. I also have been choosing one of the recap cards and letting myself reconsider it. So this one is from a couple of weeks ago, but it's asking the questions of what path am I currently walking in life? What does it look like? And it's good to ask those questions again. It's good to ask those questions of ourselves again. So then I will take that little card, I will ponder those questions, I will ponder those affirmations, and then I'll tuck that card into my prayer book page for the day. And that's a way of helping me continue to use, to reinforce, and to explore some of those questions, thoughts, and considerations. So anyway, our theme for January was explore. Our theme for February is create. So I think we can explore what it is we wish to create. We can explore continuing to create with joy, to continue to celebrate our own creativity and the things we want to offer and share, to continue to celebrate our own sacred work and share it with others. And those things are acts of resistance in a culture of fragmentation and distraction, and in a culture of chaos and disorder and forces that conspire to crush and control. These are acts of resistance, is continuing to make things of beauty and magic and joy, continuing to share, continuing to lift up our stubborn joys and our own small fists of resistance, continuing to gather bits of beauty and scraps of magic and offering them out to others. And so that is what I'm doing. And then I have said before, one of the reasons I make these little cards is because they create this ongoing inspiration oracle that you can shuffle up and draw from, and you can get additional wisdom. I laugh at myself sometimes with my making the little cards because, for example, the Woman Runes deck, it was created once and can be used every single day. I have literally used Woman Runes personally every single day since 2012, and I've never gotten tired of them. And so I don't have to make a new rune for every single day. What if I'd made a new rune card every single day since 2012? How could I have learned more about those runes if I continued to try to make new ones all the time? And so I feel the same way about this inspiration oracle, is that when we create the pieces, we can then continue to draw back on them, especially when our lives change and we're experiencing different things. We may find new wisdom, or a question might connect in a new way. Just like a rune, you draw the rune of initiation, let's say, and it has a new meaning to you today than it had when you drew it 6 years ago. Or the dancing woman, the rune of power, she has different meaning to me today than she even had 2 days ago if I drew that card then. So the same is true of this little kind of homemade inspiration oracle. So I made a small version of the little colored cards as well, just of the favorites, kind of the highlights of the recap and review. And then what I'm doing is I'm adding them into this little deck that I keep in one of our little bags. If you ever, oops, that one's kind of dirty. If you ever order from our Etsy shop, you may have gotten one of these little bags with some of your products in them. And they fit the little cards really perfectly. That was not intentional, but it's really convenient that they fit in there. And so I have this little extra deck. And really, this is just an ongoing little inspiration oracle. I just add new cards to it. I draw one every day. And I do get something new out of it, even if it's words that I've shared before, if it's a poem that I've written before, if it's something new to me or old to me, it still carries something new in the day. So I'm using that as an ongoing inspiration oracle. So this has been a little long of explanation, so I do apologize for that. And I'm gonna draw us back to now the recap and review. So I had, let's see, I'm gonna go ahead. I had 2 quotes that extra inspired me. So I do share multiple quotes every single week, but these are the 2 that I wanted to highlight as our recap and review. And one is this, and it's from Virginia Woolf. Whatever happens, stay alive. Don't die before you're dead. Don't lose yourself. Don't lose hope. Don't lose direction. Stay alive with yourself, with every cell of your body, with every fiber of your skin. Stay alive. Learn, study, think, read, build, invent, create, speak, write, dream, design. Stay alive. Stay alive inside you. Stay alive also outside. Fill yourself with the colors of the world. Fill yourself with peace. Fill yourself with hope. Stay alive with joy. There is only one thing you should not waste in life, and that's life itself. So a question to consider is, how am I feeling alive? What is keeping me going? And that stay alive with joy, I keep coming back to that. I know that the powers that be wish I would surrender my joy and my creativity, and I refuse to surrender my joy and my creativity. That's what I have. That's what keeps me alive. That's how I stay alive. So what are you staying alive with? How are you feeling alive? What is keeping you going? And then another powerful reminder, this one from Christina Baldwin in the book Life's Companion. Spirituality, and this is just central to my own understanding. Spirituality is the sacred center out of which all life comes, including Mondays and Tuesdays and rainy Sunday afternoons in all their mundane and glorious detail. The spiritual journey is what the soul is up to while we attend to daily living. And she went on to say, like, Everything is part of the spiritual journey. Like the spiritual journey is what the soul is up to while we are attending to daily living. And it is not, daily living and spiritual living are not two separate things. They're the heart, it's the heart, the sacred center from which all life comes. And so a journal question is, how can I shift my perspective to see the world through a mystical lens instead of a purely mundane view? And then there's an affirmation on the card as well. The sacred and ordinary are woven together in the fabric of my life. The sacred and ordinary are woven together in the fabric of my life. And then 4 little affirmation cards. And again, like I said, those are available to you. I'll go ahead and probably just attach them right below this video, but they are available to you in the Rituals of Returning Bridges Grove Substack newsletter, which is available. You don't have to be on Substack. I know people get confused sometimes and think that Substack is a social media platform that you have to use. You don't have to. You can subscribe there just like any normal email newsletter, and you will get the things to your email. You never have to go to a website. You never have to use an app. You don't have to treat it like social media. Just treat it like an email newsletter, and you can still get things that way. Or if you want to engage more, there's community chat, there's like different features, and there's video and there's audio and stuff like that. But as an email delivery platform, it's still legit, just as email delivery for newsletters. So the 4 affirmations that I'm continuing to come back to and continuing to hold on to this month are these. I focus on what really matters. There's a lot that clamors at us for attention. I focus on what really matters. I keep my own counsel. There's a lot that shouts at us to pay attention and to listen, and it's important to pay attention, and it's important to listen, and it's also important to keep your own counsel. I keep my own counsel. And then this one is just really central. I am here to be here. That is the point. That's the meaning, the magic, and the mattering all rolled up together is I am here to be here. I am here to be here. And it helps me come back, returning and embodying. It helps me come back to remember I am here to be here. Like that's what I'm here for, is to be here. That's what I'm here for. And then this one, really essential and feels like it can cause the world to crack open. I say yes to my own life. I say yes to my own life. I say yes to my own life. Okay, and then closing with a little poem from the card as well. So inviting you to rest a hand against your heart and just listen briefly to this one. I am always forgetting and remembering how the soft kiss of the wind can restore my soul, how magic dwells in shafts of sunlight, tiny mosses, and moon shadows on brown rocks. I am always forgetting that I can't ever get it all figured out, and remembering that I don't have to. So may you keep being here to be here. May you keep your own counsel. May you keep saying yes to your own life. Thank you so much for being here. Keep living your magic. Bye-bye.